Come on, bro. We went that far.
Nah, we wasn't. All right, so we're back again. This is episode 8. I didn't mess up the record. I'm just keeping 100 with everybody. We gotta go back in. God damn it! But we can pick up where we kind of just left off and kind of just double back when we need to, because that Louis shit was anyways. And you already got your shit direct from me, but I let everybody know just so it's on the films that they get this nigga his props and his flowers for being correct about the Louis situation. I
Yeah, cause
just
yeah,
put
bro.
that
I'm
out
trying to
there.
tell you, bro. This niggas want to believe me, bro.
Now,
Like,
Veronique pulling up on Kane, shit's wild to me. I'm just like, I can't believe she does some shit like that, especially with how, but you giving all my business away. And the whole point of why we gave you business to even have was because you don't do shit like that. But now you're doing shit like that, and that's a fucking problem.
bro, she didn't really say nothing, but yeah, she overstepped her bounds. I'd be mad as fuck. You know what I mean? I'd be extremely mad, bro. Like, but I mean, shit. At this point, it seemed like dude being legit. But I think even though she went to talk to him, it didn't really hurt much because I think he really was gonna keep it. He really kept his word. But
Yeah,
I think that since Louis done fucking put that hit on him, it's about to turn shit up for real.
oh, man.
If he didn't die.
I think it for sure is gonna turn some shit up if he doesn't die. But I just again, it's just a wild ass move to make. It's such a vulnerable place, and you see how the level of violence we're already willing to commit as far as the party you're going to see. So for you to decide that I'm gonna just stroll in here as a vulnerable party and sit down with motherfucker willing to create high violence, that's like I don't know. It's kind of wild to me. It's like, bitch, you crazy. Like, why would you do some shit like that?
But even though Kane did that crazy ass shit where he had basically sent that message or put a hit on dude family and was ready to do what he had to do, dude ain't really an unreasonable dude. He was just hurt. He was like, nigga, that was my little brother. You know what I'm saying? But being that they had offered that olive branch, I think that he was really gonna keep his word and he really wouldn't have did no heinous shit like what we thinking or what you thinking. But I think now since, like I said, Louis did what she did, it's gonna he really gonna like it's like that saying don't disturb the sleeping giant or don't poke the bear because when that
Yeah.
nigga wake up, it's up. I think that's what's finna happen.
I, I'm just, again, it's just more so the willingness to cause violence at that level makes it to where I'm going to think a little bit harder before we go and sit down with you. That's why I'm just like, shit is wild. Like, it's you vulnerable. It's not like you're just an average woman who's not carrying nobody's baby, who's like, yo, I'm about to just roll my sleeves up.
But you
You're
gotta
carrying
think
somebody's
though,
baby. Like, do you not
it's
understand the
also
levels of? It'd
it's
be like
also
putting
like
candy in front of a fat kid and being like, "Don't eat it." It
mm,
doesn't matter if he's
it's
not
almost like
crazy. Like you're somebody's. I don't know.
it's almost like this too though, bro. Yeah, but we already done seen it. Remember, she done told us her backstory. She done been able to get in there and toe to toe with some of the most dangerous motherfuckers. So I feel like it's more or less like shit. He done sent his message. They done had a truce. Franklin done extended his olive branch. They feeding them niggas. They eat. Dude, he got his little reparations or whatever the case may be. Boom. If he was to do anything to her, even though it was a ballsy move, I don't think that he really want that shit to come back on, his people and have more casualties into. I think he's like again, he's reasonable. I mean, he got out of jail. He wanted them niggas to feel him. Okay, they know he there. They made peace. So I don't think that you feel me. I don't see that, bro. Like I just feel like he understands what he up against, just like they do. So it's just better for both parties to just, you know,
Let it live.
yeah, for sure.
That's
But
fair.
your dumbass favorite over there,
That's not
she
my
just
favorite. I just said that I'm gonna give her enough rope to hang herself. But let's not lie now. I'm not about to say that it's X thing when the situation tells me it's something else because I'm trying to understand
listen,
the deeper
man,
motivations of why the person's doing the thing. It's not as
nah,
simple as Oh, she just
Sometimes
wants
people
power.
get you fucked off. Cause if you was in that state, if you was in that situation, bro, you would have got your ass clipped a long time ago. If you was Franklin and that was Louis,
I
cause
got
you
no
didn't see it
problem
coming.
telling you day one it shall be X, Y, and Z. I have no problem telling you that things that Franklin has to deal with is because he never told him it was X, Y, and Z. Even
Hey,
after
did I tell you?
he,
Did I
I'm
tell you
saying
last
even before he
episode?
got shot, that what's it called? He never stated to her that it's X, Y, and Z. He just kind of let everybody flow into their positions to help him along. He never even told
True,
anybody directly, "Oh, you my number two." That's why everybody got the a big
true.
enough head in the position they got because everybody technically got to
But
taste what a number one felt like. Because Leon got to taste number
remember,
one first, but Franklin didn't tell him that it wasn't a partnership, nigga. You were technically my enforcer. I just trying to play the background. He didn't tell him that.
rem-
So then when he starts
remember,
checking that nigga, it's just like,
goddamn,
just
this
saying, you gotta
nigga
let me
can
get
go.
you gotta let me get my shit off.
Nigga, you be getting it off. But hey, now I'm saying though, do you think that well, I mean, I don't know. You right. I said this shit last time too though. That remember last time you slick was disagreeing. I said basically Franklin's paying for past decisions.
Oh, that's
That was the
facts.
last episode.
That's
Yeah, for
facts.
sure.
He's for
Everything.
sure paying
This
for
is
past
everything.
decisions.
What you think about oh man, hold on, bro. What you think about bro mama like reneging and shit?
How she pushed the waiter? Or
Yeah,
sitting at the
after
bench because she
Franklin
reneged twice. So the bench or
she well she
the
had
wait when she pushes the waiter.
she pushed the waiter because you know she was off the LSD, so she was like really having a
Yeah,
spiritual
she was
connection right
tripping. She was tripping. That's why
now.
I'm like,
And she saw Franklin snap on her ass. She was like, "Oh,
yeah. That's why I'm like, ah. But we gonna get there though. We gonna get there. Now,
man,
I gotta
damn,
say first and foremost. Well, you gotta think, my nigga. You want to talk about things that we're giving people information on, but happen later in the episode. But you want to give it to them in the beginning. It can't work like that. You
man,
can't get an
listen,
ending of the
bro.
book
I'm just
in the
trying to flow
middle.
this motherfucker.
I'm saying so you got to rock with the
Come
flow. You
on,
can't.
Jay.
You got to rock with me. So all right. So I like to state first though.
Damn,
Fuck this wedding. Jerome is my dog, so I'm happy he's happy. I'm happy he want to get
okay.
married and all that shit. I support that nigga. But fuck this wedding. Because Louis on that snake shit right now, I can't support this union as I'd like to because you really on some
Trying
sucker
to tell
shit
you
right
what's
now.
happening.
Now, hold on though.
I'm
This
hold on
nigga
before
Jerome.
you skip. If you skip,
Oh,
bro,
I'm not skipping. I'm not
this is
skipping.
my
I'm still
point.
on this the fuck this wedding part. I just want
Shit,
to point out
I'm about to forget. I know.
why this nigga got a leather jacket on with a mesh t-shirt. Like it's
Oh
just
yeah, that
like
shit was
it's okay. I'm like, what is this nigga
that was some
doing?
80s shit though. That was some 80s shit though. But before it, see, you done changed it. You switched it.
Nah, that's the
So
same
that's why
scene.
I got. Nah. I'm just saying though. This was, anyways. It don't matter. All right, look. So check it. See, I done forgot. Damn, you done fucked me up. I knew that's why I be telling you stop because I be having my thoughts. I was ready, bruh. Oh, I do know now. Hold on, I know now. I know now.
Go,
Bruh,
go. You
what's
gotta get
up,
it.
bro?
Get
Damn.
it off. Get it off.
God damn, bruh. The reason why they done had this witness because they was putting them both at their highest point. Hell about to break loose. Somebody's gonna get fucked up because if you notice, like the last like 2 3 episodes, it's been first of all Louis been tripping. She been tripping since 2 seasons ago, damn near. Well, really, the beginning of the first season, last season, but they been building her up again. You see her grow more jealous. You see her growing, want to be more power, more independent, and then now she's in the stage. This last season was real like envious. She wanted power. The beginning of the season it started like this, but she was already running her own little empire. So this season was more like her just getting to happiness because she's getting to what she wants as far as trying to get that Franklin seat, right? She gonna get here. That's how they build it up. And now something bad finna happen between Jerome and her. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like right now they getting a happy ending. You feel me?
This is one of those times where I wish you had seen the trailer because you don't like to follow things with the flow. But this is one of those times where all the things you are speaking about, you see all that shit happen in the trailer. All that shit.
I tell you, bro, nigga be, bro, I be knowing my shit, bro. Now I gotta watch this
Well,
shit, bro.
hold on. I'm not even saying that what you're saying is what happens in the trailer. It's more so because of how we discussed the show. These are the consequences of her actions. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, all the shit you're stating, yeah, that's exactly what's happened in the next episode from just what I've seen in the
This
trailer. I'm just
whole
like, oh
Franklin
yeah,
like, bitch, I told you, pa. and then everything be back good. And she be like, she get in line like she supposed to.
I,
Cause it seemed like Franklin,
it's so
huh?
wild. That's not possible. And
For
it's
real,
gonna be a point I'm gonna make on tonight's is the reason why it's not gonna be possible is because
for real.
it's everybody has to make necessary evil choices at this point,
Ooh.
and that's why it's
Hey,
not
so let me
possible.
ask you this: was Franklin's hallucination true? Did you think it was real?
Well, I got that covered because we gotta have a whole little moment for that because I got like two,
Uh,
three more before we get right there because that
Damn.
whole wedding that is a lot of shit that happens at that wedding that I wrote down notes for that I'm just like yo they're doing like how you were saying like this is one of the best episodes for the season. It had a lot of little points that I'm like oh these are things that like if you're really paying attention to the show like we are
Yes,
these are
sir.
the things that like make the clock work. So that's why I'm like oh my god like yo
I'm telling you, it just
some
kept
master up
rolling,
there.
cuz.
Yeah, that's why I'm like it's
Even with
good.
even with Avi's conversation with Leon.
I got to know for it. That's what I'm saying.
Man, hurry up, nigga. Hey,
Hey,
bro, I feel like I'm a
now,
fan of this bitch. Stop
now look,
playing. Shit.
now this girl Louie, man, it's another Louie joint because we're still in that they're happy about the
This nigga.
wedding. Jerome's like, yo, I don't want to go against my family and all that, and then she drops the whole, oh well, I had that meet with Reed. We gonna start buying direct. Like, damn, girl, like. My man Jerome over here in his Bridezilla mode, over here happy as shit, and you come over here with this bullshit. Like, let my nigga live for a minute. Like,
And he
why?
said, I'm gonna need that drink.
Oh man, like right, like as soon as she said that shit, I'm gonna need
Hey,
that drink. Like, god damn it, like bitch, you killed the whole
damn,
vibe.
bitch, can you give me 2 seconds? Nigga, everywhere I turn, you talking about this dope shit. Damn. Calm your motherfucking ass down. That's
I,
what Jerome should be saying, but he be so busy trying to
he's backing his
like
woman.
trying to keep her, not yet, keep her so happy because at first, she was rebelling, like she said in that little,
He doing his Will
they
Smith,
basically
maybe,
said, they said they little vows and shit. Here you go with this shit. I ain't
maybe.
what, yeah, fool. They did their little vows and shit. She and he really just said the same thing, bro. Like, I
now,
don't know, bro.
now we are at the wedding because
Already, come on, where
now we can start off with something that I know you've been waiting for all season. Yo, girl Wanda, I know you was scoping that. I know you was like, oh my
man,
god,
she
my
look
crackhead done made
good
it.
in the mother.
She
Yeah,
done made
she,
it.
bro. I told you. This nigga, bro. I'm undefeated, bro. I motherfucker told you. This shit
No, no,
fine.
that is not the same. That is not the same. Being
Yeah,
correct
this
about a
shit fine.
point and then them finally dolling your girl up for a scene so you could be happy is completely two different points. I'm
And
not
I hit
making
a
the same
full
points you making.
360. Even Leon trying to get in the game. Yes,
I would
sir.
give you
Fuck
her
you, man.
character arc. You did call that shit like, oh, they gonna do something with her because you called that after I think like season 2 is when you called that one.
She
So
fine
that's why I'm
too.
like,
She
okay, I'll
beautiful.
give you that.
All right, what
Now,
was you saying though?
when I seen that nigga Scully ask about that chocolate, we're not gonna get into the
Oh yeah.
details yet. But when I seen him ask, I started dying. And all my brain could think about was like, what in this time period is liquid that we can put in there? Because it can't be weed. It will not be weed. Weed is completely
Hey,
excluded. Because at that time and place, liquid weed of any format, to my knowledge, it's not even a fucking thought. So it's not even possible to like, oh well, I got everybody brownie weed high. It's not happening, blood. So I was like, fuck,
you
this
know,
nigga either put LSD, PCP, or he done put some motherfucking other wild ass shit up in there that I've never heard of. And I was just
that
like,
shit
oh
was
my
funny.
God, what the fuck is
Hey,
this
but
nigga about
look,
to do?
he set the whole episode off. They needed that shit. He really like wasn't doing nothing devious. He was like, man, these niggas really finna. These niggas really finna see they live before they hit they eyes. Now I'm gonna be 100 though, just to keep it everything on the straight edge, bro. I feel like that's what he really see every day though, cause that nigga was always tripping on something, dropping
Yeah,
something in his ear or whatever.
that's
And
exactly what
so
he was
that
doing.
whole episode was how that nigga live every day.
And
Every day he
that's a
be tweaking.
dangerous
That's why he be
way to
like,
live because how I see
"Do
the
you see
what this
roaches?"
is and how
You
he
remember
is,
that?
he's fucking Pan in fucking Midsummer Night Dream. That's who the fuck he is. He's a fucking devil at work, fucking all this shit up because this shit, besides a couple of conversations we're gonna cover, did not need to fucking happen. Not at
No,
all.
it did.
No, it didn't. I said for a couple
Oh, it
conversations,
did.
it did need to happen. We're gonna cover those. Some of these were
Damn.
conversations that did not need to fucking happen at all because
Okay.
it fucks up the
Tell me now.
trajectory of shit. So
Cause this nigga really just be holding off and shit. Come
yeah,
on
because
now, so we
because
can talk about
there's a chapter to this. There's
it. Fuck the
chaptering to
chapter,
this. You
nigga.
know what I'm saying?
Spoil it, nigga. Spoil it.
All
Spoil
right. Now,
it.
we get to the next part though, which is Franklin in the
All right,
bathroom.
man.
But this is him tripping though. Before we get Blue Franklin, this is solo Franklin.
Okay.
He's just still in his head and he's tripping out. I'm like, what is up with this nigga? For a nigga to be so smart, how do you not put two and two together? Well, I guess also this is a drug that nobody's had like experience with, so maybe I'm just and I grew up in a time period where these are things that I've already been taught before I seen them, so I know like I guess what I'm dealing with. But when I seen this nigga
You
tripping,
are,
I'm just like, why? It doesn't make sense to my brain. But I guess I've explained it
bruh.
now, but still, it didn't make
You
sense.
forgot though. You not paying attention, cuz. Most of them niggas was eating one strawberry. This nigga had a whole plate.
Oh yeah, hey,
That's why he
hey,
was
she fucked
super.
that nigga life off. Like, oh, you don't
Yeah,
drink? Take the whole plate then. Like, damn, bitch, chill. I
yeah.
just wanted a strawberry.
That's what I'm saying, bruh. Details, cuz. That
Okay,
nigga was smacking them bitches.
and he
Try to
sure
give it to his
was.
old girl. You
Hey,
hear me?
and now that you say it, they the way they got everybody not to eat chocolate was kind of big. Like everybody that's not eating chocolate, like the baby mom, oh my stomach. Like okay,
Yeah,
like you can eat chocolate, but you're not feeling well, so you don't want to put anything on your stomach. That's a fair point for a pregnant
yeah.
lady. Oh, Wanda's
For
fucking
sure.
allergic. Okay, okay.
You hear me?
Now
He smacked that hoe. Of course, he was fucked up and delusional.
when
And he
Leon,
don't do no drugs.
oh
Come on.
yeah, when Leon was with Franklin's mom, and she was wilding. Or no, no, not before she
Hold
was
on.
wilding. When she hugged him
Hold on.
and they
Hold
was
on.
hugging, I was like, "Oh, he's about to go take it to the car and bust it down." I was like, "No,
Nah,
he's not. No, he's
hold on.
not."
When she hugged Jerome, I said, "What's all that movement back there?" That shit was quaking, girl. I said, "Damn."
No, hey,
Sissy thick than
when
a
she
motherfucker.
did hug that nigga though, I was like,
That motherfucker was like,
that was the
that bitch smooth.
you are acting, so you're supposed to give off a little bit more of that love, but that was more of that. If this was another lifetime, nigga, hopped in that nigga
Hell nah.
arms.
Hey man, she was thick as hell. I said, "Damn, quaking." Go ahead, though. My bad. I had to stop you for that one. That was. He's gonna speed right past
I will
it.
give you when Franklin is going over his business and like how things are. So he's hallucinating still, and V showed up. This
Okay.
is the V hallucination or whatever. She
Yeah.
she's keeping it true by saying to survive, they gotta betray Franklin. So even though it's just a hallucination, and that's the shit I was telling you earlier that with what has to happen for everybody to survive, what Louis has set in motion means we cannot put this back together. It's not fucking possible. And the reason being is you're far more than a liability or competition. You got to sink or swim. You have to figure out how to survive this on your own. And the only way for you to survive it clean would be for you to betray me. Now you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when you watch the trailer later. But everybody's gonna have to either betray this nigga Franklin to survive. Everybody. If she wants to keep her kids and the police knock the door down, what does she have to do? Sing like a cage canary on that nigga Franklin. If Leon wants to do it, she has to sing on Franklin. If Louie wants to fucking beat whatever problem she's about to have, she has to sing on Franklin. Everybody has to turn their back on this person to survive because he's allowed it to spin out to where it's at. Because you don't have to betray me because it's like the first 48. If we all get in there and don't nobody say shit, their case is less than what the fuck they already have. And we run a pretty tight ship. So it's not like we're just leaving evidence around for niggas. So yeah, we can survive this, but because I've let it spin out and nobody trusts anybody and everybody's got a fringed and tattered relationship with me and shit without the money, who the fuck cares? So yeah, to survive, they're all gonna have to burn that nigga. And she's telling mad facts, even though it's just a hallucination. I was like, I like that. I
I,
like that.
I mean, yeah, she was telling facts, but you already know it was his conscience. It was like, bro,
Yeah, this is his
you
inner id.
feed it. It's everything that he done seen already. He just didn't want to believe it.
Gotta come to grips with that
Yeah,
shit.
so
A man in the mirror, motherfucker, hard. It's hard to face that
it's,
motherfucker.
well, I want to know why he called Teddy and told him he was gonna kill him. I'm like, nigga, you could have just did that shit. Now you got him on edge, you stupid motherfucker.
Man, now Franklin though, when he's hallucinating shit, why this nigga hit the Viola Davis? Motherfucking Get Out, one tear cry. This nigga's just out here just one tear at the left eye, same exact like the movie poster, my nigga. That's how he doing things.
Hey man, listen, that nigga's a good actor, cuz I'm like, how the fuck did he how the film really just figure that shit out? Like how did he really just like I don't know, make one eyeball cry? Fool.
Well, maybe
That'd
that's
be
how he
cold.
really cries. So when he starts to cry, it only comes out of that one eye, but for dramatic effect in a movie or something, you're like, whoa, because shit, that should be crazy. Because most people expect to, but maybe he's just like, yo, I get the two, but there's a long distance between one and two. They're like, hey,
That shit was crazy.
now
What we got next?
I want to know the vow scene between Jerome and Louis, and the reason I want to go over this is because the if you haven't done any type of like psychedelic drug, I'd have to say, with your partner, that's a level of honesty that most people that I don't think ever get to with their partner, sober or on drugs. And I've just to see that shit happen because I've kind of been in that situation. So that's why I'm like, hey, like to people just watching, it looks like two people are just stepping on each other, just trying to get their shit off. But like they're really fucking it's crazy to think that like even though they're both speaking at the same time, each person's hearing the other person with no problem, and that doesn't happen quite frequently. Like when two people speak at the same time, if you get me. And I think with being on that drug, that does allow for a level of communication and openness that most people don't fucking get to. So I did think that was dope for them to have that moment, especially on their wedding day. And then it's gonna be even more tragic if the shit you saying, the whole steeple and it falls down shit, would be crazy.
That shit was wild. That shit was crazy. I was like, damn. I was figuring that shit. I was figuring that shit out as it was playing though.
By that point in
Like,
time, I still didn't know that were taking LSD. I just knew like I had my guesses. So like when it
yeah,
finally
my
like
dude, mama figured it out though.
yeah, well she said there what's it called? Somebody told her, and I think that was the lie she told because I'm like, bitch, you from the generation where this shit was natural. Like this is like a little nigga be like, oh, I know where to get weed at. It's like you are young. You should know where to get weed at, but like it's just it's normal for your age range. She's a child of fucking the '60s and shit. You're for sure gonna know where the psychedelics are at. They were fucking outside. They were snatching niggas off the street, just putting that shit in niggas' arms just to test it. Like this shit is crazy. Now, we get to talk about that Leon and Avi situation, and I want to note, the reason I took it down is because not the oh you can go meet these people and they can teach you and explain to you what it's like to fight the government that you want to change things within. It was more so the message of you can go fucking anywhere. Like just go and like see and experience and learn different things. Like expand your world. And I'm like, yo, for our people, I feel like that's a lesson that a lot of niggas just do not get. Or like even myself, like I got it kind of later in life, in the life I'm currently living. That is like, yo, I could just go like anywhere I want. Just like it's Tuesday. We just get up and go, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should just do that, and then like learn shit. Because a lot of people don't do that shit, and they'll be fucking, oh, I want to go here their entire life, and they never do. So I do think that was dope that like Leon and Avi's like letting that nigga know, like, hey, yeah, you can go to fucking Vietnam and talk to these niggas and learn. And he's like, I can go to Vietnam like right now. The shit was just blowing his mind,
Yeah,
and I'm
that
just
was
like,
just
that's
that
crazy.
was just good. That was definitely it's just that character arc shit. It's just niggas really starting to like learn beyond they arms reaching shit. Like just in all aspects, outside of the drugs, outside of all that, niggas just really just learning that, hey, damn, shit. All white people don't just, think we all woo woo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas just learning more. It's good to see that shit. At least on one person for sure, which was the nigga that we never thought. You know what I'm saying? The nigga always wanted to be in the projects or being a project baby. Damn, my camera
Exactly.
could have died. Pause it.
Okay. Now, this next part that we got to go over, you did kind of mention a little bit earlier, was Reed getting a phone call from Franklin. I'm
Yeah.
like, that shit hit that nigga hard. This nigga imagined the
Read,
whole scenario. It
read the
really
Frank.
called the nigga in the fake
Oh
scenario, but
yeah.
in real life, like,
Yeah, that shit was
like,
crazy.
what's wrong with you, my nigga? Like that shit don't make no sense.
Shit was stupid. I didn't understand. I'm like, bro, what? Nigga, take that shit and just goddamn fucking just sit on it. Just like you about to do everybody else. Even though you was high as fuck and you got all these dreams, they was telling you do this shit, was telling you exposing niggas. Don't go out there and show your fucking hand, my nigga. Put on your poker face, nigga, and see. You over here trying to just trying to salvage what you think is salvageable by telling niggas, and it's too late. At this point, nigga, play your cards right for once. You know what I mean?
I'm just like, if we are going to do the things, because like when I first heard it, I'm still in the hallucination with the nigga. I'm letting it happen. So when I
Nah,
first heard it, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be me, or like if it's gonna be me or it's gonna be you, like I'm letting you know now, like my nigga, like it will be you. I'm like, yes, that's exactly how. I'm like, hey man, if I'm gonna go outside and play, I will be doing whatever I have to do to make sure that I fucking come home. And if it comes down to me or you, sorry, you are the opposition. Your mother will be receiving flowers. It's just how it's got to
he
fucking
shouldn't
go.
have. He should have said nothing, bro.
He
Because
shouldn't
you
have. I
gotta.
agree there. But that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm on the team. I'm like, yeah, talk that shit. Because I'm thinking we're just hallucinating. And then this nigga Reed hang up. And I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I even rewound it a little bit like, nah, 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 nah. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. And then I let it play again. I'm
That
like,
was
what
dumb.
the
Like this
fuck?
nigga got a whole rack of shit.
That boy
A
got
whole
that little.
rack of shit.
I'm just like, shit. It's just causing problems. Like, that shit was just crazy to me.
More shit that needs to be caused. Like, bruh.
All right.
I
Now we
hope he
got to.
killed Reed from stuff
Hey,
because he
we got to
owns
knock that
some.
nigga off ASAP. But this next part is real
Hold on,
quick.
Reed got a rider too, cuz.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but I can't like V or Veronique. I couldn't remember her name, and she's just wild as
Crucian,
shit.
some shit like that.
I
Crazy.
don't know. She's wild as shit. She doing crazy shit in the car to herself while we out here spinning out, running through Franklin's house. Matter of fact, you put the battery in my
Man,
back, bitch, to go to Franklin's
bruh.
house because you was like, oh, at least you know he's not home. Why are you thinking like this? You were you were all type of bad energy. You like the worst
Disrupting.
kind. Like, oh man.
This nigga done, Teddy done let a bitch get in his head. Damn, cuz. Come on, you supposed to be the leader, nigga.
Man,
You
and he
supposed to
liked
be a
this shit
vet.
though. That's the dangerous part.
Man,
Is he knows what she's doing, but he enjoys it. And I'm just like, what? Like that's a problem. That's a problem because that bitch is dangerous, and you're enjoying the danger that she presents.
cause nobody else want his ass. At least somebody want him, so dude finally feel wanted and shit. You feel me? So
I
he just
guess I never
like,
thought about it like that. I'm thinking
I'm
about it like
just
everybody's
saying.
in a leadership position, so I'm just like you were in the leadership position. This is XYZ at this point, so that's why I'm just like, but hey, that bitch is fucking. She a devil in that nigga ear for sure. I'd be like, god damn.
Tripping.
Now, we got to go over this nigga Leon, man. I
What
know you
about
on drugs. And I'm going to state in the beginning that I know the drugs are why you do not have the extra processing power to understand that what you're about to say to Wanda is not only disrespectful, but you don't even follow it up with letting her know that, hey, I'm not just trying to make a knee jerk reaction and throw you off the path that you fucking gotten onto because you kind of broke the bitch. You strong armed her into motherfucking sobriety. She wanted to get back with you, yada yada yada. Well, bitch, you got to get clean. I don't know how I feel about you. Well, she goes and gets clean and kind of straightens her life up, but she's still in the streets. She's done everything she can, but you done turned your back on her in just a way of giving her a relationship. And then right when you get fucking high and are now freeing your inhibitions and now feel free enough to let her know the shit you wanted to tell her, even though she was smoking a rock now you're telling her, oh, well, bitch, I'm about to leave the country and I'd like you to come with me. Like, nigga, do you understand? Again, I'm a person of today's time, so I understand how jarring that is for a person's like drug addiction journey and shit like that. So that's why I'm just like, my nigga, there's a lot of shit here you're fucking up. And I just can't believe you would do that shit. I was like, this nigga? And that's why I was like, I was happy she said the shit she said to that nigga. Like, man, fuck that shit. Really, nigga, after all that? You gonna say, yes, get off on that nigga. Fuck that boy. That nigga trash. That shit was trash. Even though
hold
he really
on.
do love her though.
I'm confused on why was she so mad though.
Because of all the things
I
that
didn't
we
get
know
that.
now, they wrote her character like she's a character of a person of today's time. Because that person in that time would have the understanding that an addict, and what we've learned in today's time is I've been on a journey from zero to nothing. And the way that you also put me on that journey, meaning how you turned your back on me, how I got fucking strung out, how when I tried to get help, you actually helped me and weren't putting yourself in the place of like, oh, you're going to be my man. Just, I want you to do the right things, and helped her get on that path. She's just now got to a place where Franklin just offered her management position. She's not just going to be fucking
Yeah,
strong arming collections. Her life is completely transformed into a way, like you said, the character arc. Her character is in an arc right now that you just provided complete instability to a person with an addictive personality. That is terrible. But these are things we know now, or somebody that's actually been addicted to crack in the 80s and early 90s. So that's why she responds that way, because she is at least facing her fucking sobriety and the shit it requires. So that's just like, I'm like, hey, like that's the proper fucking answer. Fuck that nigga.
but I'm gonna play my
That's all
devil's
Leon was
advocate.
thinking about.
It was, but listen though, that shit might save her life. It might save just everything she got, even though she's not really a part of the organization. She don't really have no knowledge of.
That's facts.
It
If it crumble
could
and
save her.
Leon is out of the game for real, when it crumbles and he gets away, oh yeah, that could save her fucking life. That's totally fucking possible.
Facts,
Now,
facts.
this is the first part of Franklin. So this is white t-shirt Franklin, not the blue room. So you know which scene I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about now?
Just I don't know. You gonna have to say it first.
Where he got the three-quarter baseball T-shirt on, and this is like the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time he
yeah,
pops up. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about? All right, so
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
one I'm
yeah.
talking about. So when that nigga's like, "Hey, the better question is, who have I become?" I'm like, "No, nigga, y'all had first. This is the first opportunity in these. If we're gonna be talking to our id and we're gonna give it a physical manifestation, this is where I'm like, they finally started getting lazy in the episode because they was already killing it. So they was like, I can't do no wrongs. But as somebody who's watching this shit, I'm just like, where the episode and where all the fucking shit is at right now, you have an opportunity still. Like he'll state later that, oh, I want to fucking still hold all this shit together. Despite what happens, I want to hold it all to fucking together. So the question isn't who have I become, it's what will I become? Because the story's not over yet. Franklin still hasn't become anything. And that's why also I feel like the writer got lazy because they turned all the decisions we've had to make to get here into we were just fucking folks over instead of we were making decisions as a collective, even though those decisions were fucking to my greater benefit. We made them as a collective, trying to turn. Oh, we killed Manboy because I didn't like how Manboy was fucking talking to a nigga. Is completely contrary to why we actually killed Manboy. That's why I'm like, you niggas is lazy. We didn't fucking kill Manboy because we was upset because he just wanted to have a little spunk when he spoke. Fuck that shit. He was making good money. Nigga got out of line because he came for the throne. We had to respond. Or what? We get killed. This is the business we're in. I just didn't like the fact they tried to, because we're now playing
Yeah.
with the person's subconscious and giving it a physical manifestation. Now they're just like, oh, well, don't you feel bad about this? And it's like, no, actually, I don't. I had to do what I had to do because I'm living this fucking life. And that's exactly how you set it up, which made it justifiable in the show. Or you couldn't have fucking filmed it. Because who the fuck wants to watch it just a blatant murderer that you don't like or can't justify why we have these murders happen? Nobody's watching that shit. That's just this shit was just lazy. This is just one of the parts of the things I'm just like was fucking lazy. Because now the other one I thought was fucking lazy was the Blue Room Franklin when he was really having that conversation with himself, and now he's being honest about the second half of the Pachero conversation he had with Veronique, which is he sees that, oh, I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do to fucking make this shit happen. And like you said, I gotta stop exposing my hand. That's why he tried to button his shit up and get a glass of water before he stepped back out that door because he's trying to hide his fucking inner id that he's now accepted. But what do? They fucking had this nigga still placating to himself, just like, oh well, aren't we gonna feel bad because we have to do this? And this nigga's just like, to make it home, I'ma do me. Just like Veronique was trying to tell this nigga at the beginning of the season. That's why I was like, yeah, she's spitting that real shit. To get to A to B, I'm gonna have to be the most savage motherfucker out here, and next is gonna have to get cut. Cause that's the level we're playing at right now. Otherwise, I get cut. Because I'm the person you cut to get to the place that heads get cut at and who decides. So that's just why I'm like, man, they missed the opportunity, but it was all good. Like it's just a show. Just I'm picking it apart, so I'm being fucking picky. But like as a person who really liked this shit, I'm just like, oh my god, like we had a real chance to make a great fucking TV villain that you didn't expect to turn out to be the villain because you had him accept, oh well, we're gonna do some fuckery now, and now it's just watered down. I'm just like, what is this? We had an opportunity. We had an opportunity. We missed it.
I don't think they missed it because they showing the nigga finally trying to transition. Period. Every last fucking show I done seen, Breaking Bad, they all we all rooting for the bad guy, but they always do bad guy shit. But this
Is it
nigga
bad
is
guy shit?
yeah.
Is
What
it?
Walter White do? You didn't even finish the Breaking
I could
Bad,
I couldn't get over that. He wouldn't kill his wife, so I couldn't finish the show.
bro. I'm saying though, all I'm saying, you crazy. All I'm saying is, all these niggas, everything we watch, they always continue doing the bad shit. Some make it, some don't.
Well, see, this
But
is
what
why, like
about
on
the nigga
Power,
that actually knows that he has a fucking conscience? It could change.
I think that's why I like
I,
Power for Tommy is because he accepts the we might have to cut a nigga today, and I'm quite all right with that. I'm quite all
but
right with
listen
that.
though, it's not ending though. His story is just starting. That's
Yeah,
what
I
we be
know.
arguing about all the time.
But
So
he's
what I'm
no, he
saying
already
is,
got
bro,
over that shit though. When he killed his first baby mom,
uh, I'm
he
saying
got
though
over that
this.
shit. I feel like,
I'm saying he about to completely change. Bro, this season cool, he gonna be boom. But I'm telling you, he gonna really start to see because think about it. I know we get a little off topic. He now he had his mama. Okay, boom. He just found out he got another brother. He's never really just had family. Then he got a fucking nephew that he just found. So that's they finna be his weakness. His brother was already his weakness anyways. You see
that's
how he
true.
just maturing. So I'm saying, bro, eventually, bro, it's gonna be, bro, I gotta get out of this shit. He gonna get it, and then he gonna realize, bro, what Ghost was trying to do all along. Point proven with this Franklin shit.
Now, this
I'm
last
saying,
part, this is it for the episode after
be
this.
cooking. I'll be cooking, y'all. You know I do,
The way Louis kissed Franklin.
bro. Listen,
Go ahead, get your shit
listen,
off.
bro.
Get your shit off. Go ahead.
I feel like when that nigga said I've always loved you, that shit was more than just an auntie nephew thing, bro. I really think that. Why would he say that? If
Cause
it's
she
your
been there since
auntie,
he was
bro,
a
hold
jit.
up. That's what's up. If it's your auntie, but I've always seen it kind of like the opposite though. She always had like a liking of Franklin. Cause at first it was like, she was just for the streets. She was beating up Jerome side bitches in the front yard. You know what I mean? And helping Franklin move a brick because she was a little prostitute or a little escort or some shit. You feel me? So it's always been like that. And she probably way younger than Jerome. You feel me? I'm saying the way the nigga was dancing with her and shit, had his hands on her booty slash hips and shit. Then she kissed the nigga cuz.
I'm just
Stop
like,
playing.
I don't know. Like I was telling you on the phone, I do think it's more so like how old boy kisses old boy in The Godfather. It's more so one of those like it's a kiss of death. Like you think it's something more, but like with all the things she
Good.
said while they're dancing, he's like, well, it's not too late, and she's like, nah, nigga, it is. Yada yada yada. Like yo, she fucking. And then
It
hits him
could
with
be.
that kiss. I'm like, this is more so a kiss death. And this is again where I'm like, yo, if you had seen the trailer before we did this episode, oh my god, you'd be like, yo, this nigga cooking with grease.
Damn.
He be cooking with grease
Damn.
because
I'm
if
gonna
if
have to
my
check that
Godfather
out.
shit is correct, where it is like it's a 1-to-1, like yo, I know that you're the person I have to fucking get rid of or deal with because that's what that means to me when I say that. So if that's the truth, coupled with what we see in the trailer, I'm like, oh my god, bruv, this shit is ridiculous. This shit
Hush,
crazy.
so goddamn. This nigga tripping. I'm finna put this nigga outside.
Oh
Drop
man, I
the
thought you
shit.
let him in.
I did. Then this nigga won it again. He wanna get the crate. Man, this nigga pissed me off. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
But no, that was it, man. That was just uh the way that kiss happened though. Because when I wrote it down, I did the bug eye emojis. I was like, what the fuck? Because like the way that the shit, I don't know. Because black people have lips. So when black people kiss on camera, I can tell what type of kiss I'm actually seeing. So I can also see through, oh, we're just acting and yada yada yada. Like if you watch Liam Neeson in that Viola Davis movie where they're fucking like ex-wives or some shit like that with old girl from the Fast and the Furious. I can tell, yeah, you're acting, but in today's scene, I get to grab some titties on Viola Davis. And it seems like you like her a lot more than the character you play even is supposed to like her. Because it's more handful of titty than I've seen most actors try and take on any women. But that nigga was all in it. So when they kissed in this shit, I'm like, oh, they kissing, kissing. Like, yeah, it's on camera, but like, they
Then he
kissing.
leaned after he like leaned forward and was like, ugh. You know, he's mad. He like, damn, this bitch about to betray me, but also like, damn, for real, bitch. That's what it's been on.
Man,
Shit, what's happening? I'm Big Franklin. Hey, you
he like
type shit.
shit. I see why Jerome
I
got
don't
this wet and
know,
popping so fast. Like shit, that's what we working with.
man. Cuz over there cracking her ass for real. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know, family. I don't know. That's a good point that you made that Godfather comparison, but I don't know, Jack.
I don't know. You could be right. That shit good. They still got time to let us know. That's why I'm like, hey, we apparently
Yeah,
as of this week,
think it,
we also heard that the show's canceled. We only got one more season after this. That shit booty cheeks.
hey, why they say it was canceled though?
I didn't actually look. I was too upset. I just seen the headline. I was upset after I seen the headline. I text you like,
For real,
we only
you
got
did
one more
text me though.
season. It's only fucking couple more
I
episodes
mean, what
this
else they
season.
gonna talk about?
I told you
Shit,
what we could talk about. I told you we could really go into the gangs. We don't actually have any Bloods or Crips right now. We don't have none of that shit. We don't have Rodney King's era. We don't have the L.A. riots. We don't have none of that shit. Like we got
that shit.
mad shit we could cover in the '90s. Also
It
we
was
haven't even gone to Arkansas. We're gonna do one season in Arkansas and in this shit trash.
no. Listen. Think about it, cuz they finna do a sequel. You seen Janard that bitch though, did the cuz?
Oh yeah, I had enough of that nigga Janard. I accidentally skipped that shit. But yeah, hey,
Man, I never knew.
I like that nigga in this because the way he did the
Oh,
country
man.
nigga, I'm like, that's probably how that's actually how some niggas from down there come out here when they do got money, like more money than niggas in Cali have money. And they be like, oh, I bet they ain't seen no niggas like us down there on Rodeo Drive. I'm like, you don't even give a but and you got enough money to yeah, nigga, you supposed to play down there. These other places, but due to your appearance, they don't think niggas like you got money like that. And that's what I liked about it. I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. Okay.
Niggas, I was Ross in the straw hat, nigga. I said, damn, cuz, look
Mm-mm.
at you.
But that nigga's
But
is
yeah, I
still
think
Snake. Still Snake.
bet you $5 it's gonna be a sequel.
I'll take that
They gonna
bet.
try to pitch it. They
I'll
try to
take that
pitch it.
bet. I don't know. Cause if who the person that would get the spinoff, I don't think is gonna survive to make it.
Man, right. I know.
So
Who
that's
is
why
it
I'm
gonna
like, what we gonna pivot to?
oh, you're right.
But I sure would watch the Jerome show though. I don't give a fuck what we doing. That's my dog. That nigga funny. He gotta have a Jerry curl. That shit too
It
funny.
is funny. He can't run a show, bro. He can't be a show runner, but where they gonna yeah, I don't know. Hey, you right.
Man,
Shit, but
that's
I'm
so.
just saying,
Oh, you
yeah,
know what though?
yeah.
I'd watch a
What's
show with
up?
Leon. I'd watch the show with Leon. I'd let Leon get a shit
Yeah,
off. You said what?
about Africa being a freaking revolutionary? No, nigga. That ain't
Hey
gonna happen.
man, shit you don't know. If hey, I'm just like who I'd be willing to watch because just if old girl doesn't do the if old girl don't kill Fatback on this show and show the range and like hey like I'm not just out here playing around on All American being some nigga side bitch with a crazy ass drama story like I could do this shit. Oh, I wouldn't be like all right bitch I'm gonna give you a chance when they give you your own spinoff even though it's the same type of bullshit. It's All American, but I already fuck with All American, so I'm like
I
all
can
right,
catch up.
you done done enough. I'm fuck with it. I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna see what's happening. And then they was like, oh, but check it out. It's not just gonna be her. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not just gonna be stuck watching fucking like some female based like, hey, directed it like some 13-year-old girl drama. Like, okay, I
Like
can get over this
fucking
shit.
some shit. I don't know.
Right? Like
That's
I don't want to be
crazy.
that one nigga. Them, you know them niggas. Well, you probably don't know. There's like My Little Pony and shit like that. So there's like
Nah,
niggas that like really be into like ponies and shit, but like grown ass men. So I'm like, man, I'm not trying to be one of them niggas that's just like they made this shit
listen,
for not you, but you over here watching it all.
man, hell nah.
But nah,
Shit,
man, that's it for this episode. Shit,
yes, sir.
this was a crazy one. This was a crazy episode. This was a really good
I told you,
episode.
bro. This nigga was like, tell me to turn, man.
Yeah,
Nigga,
cause
shut
you be
up.
putting gas on this shit sometimes. I'm just like, it don't
That
be
shit
hitting
was
like that. That shit was a fire, so I give that shit to you.
This nigga shot me putting gas, but look, every time it seemed like camera y'all on the camera y'all, bro, what it seemed like? Bro, I was like, yeah, bro, let me give you a flower, cause I know, bro,
Hey, no, that's
bro.
that's me just being an accountable individual. That's all that is. That's all that is. Cause I'm not gonna have no be like, hey man, this nigga, hey man, I'm gonna do it before they can tell me about myself, or I'm gonna at least try. Cause of this shit, there's only one
I was
person in this world that tell me about myself that I'm be willing to listen to or attempt to listen to, and it's for sure not none of you niggas. So let me try to do the shit that I should be
God,
doing.
hey man, for sure, man. Hey, all right, bro, let's catch him next time, G. Oh
All right,
yeah,
my
we
boy.
got that motherfucking force coming in.
Yeah, we got Force
Yeah,
this weekend because we got what's it called? That's coming out, and then you need to get on your Top Boy. And
I was
hey,
just watching it. You ain't even
no,
nowhere near me.
I'm ahead of you, blood. I'm in the fourth season, like 3-4 episodes into the fourth season.
But remember, are we gonna start from? Do you feel me?
Yeah, we got to start from the beginning. I have no problem. That's how good of a show it
Nah,
is.
we can start from the last season.
Oh, you want to start from this one that just dropped?
The last, yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
Because the season 4 just dropped like a month ago or whatever, or like a couple weeks ago.
I'm watching it right now. I'm
Where are
almost
you at?
through.
Have you are you in Morocco?
Yeah, when I'm when Sully ran into Jamie down there, and was like, "Nigga, I'm watching you, nigga. Don't think I forgot." When they was at
But
the
you like
table,
one
Sully,
episode in. You like one episode in.
I'm on 5. That's when they found Ox, the girl that threw Ox in the car at the little DJ that rap battle.
Okay,
Shut
okay,
up,
okay.
nigga.
Yeah, you went up. You went. Are you finally ahead of me? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You done spoiled some shit for me, which
My
is
bad.
terrible. It's terrible. However,
Nigga, you ass. This nigga
hey,
gonna
I
try
know I
to.
did. I know that's why I'm just let it slide. But when because you haven't seen everything. When that nigga showed up in the motherfucking thing, I was in my house. I was like, no, no, they didn't kill my little nigga. Like, no, I was really upset, especially because how it leaves off, how he gets in that situation. I'm just like, what? Like, like, no, no, like,
Nigga was
how?
wrong. Like, where was he gonna be at? Nobody seen the nigga.
No, it's not that nobody's seen the nigga. It's just more so, nigga, you were hiding under a table where the season leaves off. You were scared for your life. How do you get outside to now being somebody that somebody's willing to do that level of violence to? What happened? This is why I'm like, you haven't seen everything. That's why I'm like, you got to catch them first 2 seasons. So you don't even know how Jamie even shows up in this motherfucker. Jamie's just in this motherfucker for you. That's why I'm like, you're missing some things. That's why I'm like, bro, like in the totality of everything, like that's why I hit you about the show because I'm watching it all now, just all in one block because
Bro,
those.
I watched on. I was watching No Jumper and they brought up Top Boy today. They was like, "Yeah, I heard this shit was fire." So it's gonna. We
Bro, I'm
definitely
trying
be
to
hopping
tell
on.
you, like, this shit had a fucking 6-year hiatus between seasons. Shows that have that are fucking trash. To go from 6 years to now rollouts like in a normal timeline for TV and to keep the continuity the way it happened, oh my god, it's premiere,
Oof.
premiere. I'm like, that shit's so good.
I gotta finish this and then I gotta watch the last two.
Yeah,
See,
man,
well,
you gotta
first
check
two.
that out. But those first two only have a total of 8 episodes.
So 16 of them bitches. I bet.
No, 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 no. Total combined.
Oh, oh, it's
There's
four and
only
four.
4 and 4. Yeah.
I bet.
But that's again how good it is. How you do that shit in 8 episodes?
Bro, I gotta get out this damn.
I'm sorry. That's my shit right now. I've been watching the fuck out of that shit. But all right, my boy. I'll holla at you.
All right, G.
All right.